News 4 Jax starts right now with a breaking news alert.
That breaking news is in Arlington. A man died after getting shot at a hotel. It happened just after 4 o'clock this afternoon at Candlewood Suites on Jane Street. That's near Merrill Road. Police say that the victim is a black male in his 40s. Police are looking for a white man and a white woman who drove away from the scene in a small silver sedan. If you have any information about the shooting, call Crime Stoppers. That phone number is 866-845-TIPS. And we are tracking Tropical Storm Grace right now. The 7th named storm of the season has formed several hundred miles off Cape Verde Islands. Right now, the storm winds are only about 40 miles per hour, but are expected to strengthen in the next couple of days. So we want to get right to Channel 4's Rebecca Berry. You are tracking Tropical Storm Grace.
Yes, and so, of course, we are seeing things starting to pick up. We're approaching the peak of the Atlantic season. Typically, the second week of September is when we see the highest number of systems that we're watching. So this is what's left over of Fred. Fred's now a depression fading away, and Grace has started to spin up. You can see the center of circulation there as the winds go around in that counterclockwise direction. This is still a very weak system. It's a tropical storm, but just barely. Here's that 5 p.m. advisory on Tropical Storm Grace from the National Hurricane Center. 40-mile-an-hour winds, gusts of up to 50 miles per hour. Of course, she's booking it to the west at about 14 miles per hour. And here's what you can expect out of Grace. Grace has an incredible amount of shear to survive to even get this far. And so this will be one of those systems that we're watching over the next couple of days that'll get weaker. Is it still there? They'll do some investigation. The National Hurricane Center will update us. But I would be very impressed if we're still talking about Grace in 7 days. I don't expect Grace to survive that long. If Grace does survive all of the shear, here's the track. And of course, the earliest tracks are always the weakest because the center of rotation isn't completely formed. And so this is just the first track. It's just a system we're keeping an eye on. It's certainly nothing to be alarmed about. But we do expect it as a tropical storm at least over the next 24 to 48 hours to move off to the west at 14 miles per hour. We'll continue to monitor it. If Grace starts to break up, it'll probably be in that 48 to 72 hour range. We'll keep you updated, of course, with all the latest on the tropics. And we'll take a look at your rain chances tonight and for the rest of your Labor Day weekend coming right up.
Well, the Gainesville Police Department is looking for a man they say attempted to sexually assault a 21-year-old girl earlier today. It happened at the home at the intersection of Northwest 3rd Avenue and Northwest 8th Street around 5 o'clock this morning. Channel 4's Heather Lee is in Gainesville following this story. She's joining us live. Heather, the first Gator games tonight, I'm sure a lot of people are walking around. Do they know what's going on?
You know, some people do know what's going on, but it has a lot of people on high alert at this point. And this is the intersection where this assault, this attempted assault apparently happened. We don't know the exact house of where it happened, but according to police, the suspect followed the 21-year-old into her home near here and attempted to sexually assault her. The victim told police at that point other people in the home were able to stop him and chase him off. And I spoke with a guy that lives nearby, and he says this really isn't the safest place.
Down the street, it gets a little sketchy. You see a lot of people hanging out and partying, and like, I've never met anyone down there. I know all my friends live down this street, and like, that block's just known for like weird activity going on, you know what I mean? So I would just always suggest if you're going down that way, down 8th Street, Northwest 8th Street, have someone with you.
Now, the suspect is being described as a black male between the age of 20 and 30. He's about 6 foot 4 inches tall. They say he was wearing dark clothing the last time, and he was seen again running in this area away from the home. Of course, if you have any information on who this person may be or what happened, you're asked to call the Gainesville Police Department. We've posted that phone number on the screen below, but you can also get it on our website, news4jax.com. For now, we're live in Gainesville. Heather Lee, Channel 4, the local station.
Exactly 1 year ago, Gainesville police were trying to locate a man connected to 4 attacks near campus. He was never found. Police were looking for a white man in his early 20s with a medium build wearing a blue shirt and orange shorts. While the suspect description is different with the latest case, there's a lot of anxiety last year on campus as students returned to classes as police were sending alerts and stepping up their patrols. Well, the search is on for an owner of 4 large, vicious dogs who attacked a man on Jacksonville's east side. Police say that they've identified the owner, but that person has not been found yet. A man in his 40s was walking along Passetti Street when he was attacked around 8 o'clock last night. That's near Martin Luther King Jr. Expressway in 8th Street East. The man was taken to UF Health, where he is in critical condition. Police say that the dogs were behind a poorly constructed chain link fence before they escaped and attacked the man. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office says the dogs were pit bulls, but witnesses who have seen them say that they may have been other breeds. Neighbors say they've complained about the dogs in the area before.
And you got the school zone right over there, Gilbert. And you have kids walking through the neighborhood and stuff. We don't want nothing to happen to them like that.
And I mean, what do you think should happen to the homeowners? I mean, they have...
they got to pay. They're supposed to be responsible for their animals.
A source at Animal Care and Protective Services says that the dogs are being cared for there. Jacksonville police say that a tip helped them arrest a woman who was stealing prescription glasses. And investigators say that 34-year-old Samantha Fellows stole 2 pairs of glasses from Magnolia Eye Care on Normandy Boulevard. When police took her into custody, they say that she was wearing a pair of the glasses. Fellows told police that she took a Xanax pill and doesn't even remember being at the store. Fellows is 9 months pregnant. Police say that other prescription medication was found on her when she was taken into custody. Fellows is charged with grand theft and possession of a controlled substance without having a prescription. Well, look at your screen there. Pictures of this crash in Orange Park came into our newsroom. Apparently, a pizza delivery somehow didn't work out the way it was supposed to. The driver landed on top of another car. It happened at the Texas Roadhouse on Blanding Boulevard. The details of the crash are still unclear at this point, and we're not sure if anyone was hurt. As soon as we get more information, we'll pass it along to you. Right now, St. Augustine is celebrating turning 450 years old. A music festival, art show, and dance performances are all a part of the festivities. The nation's oldest city was founded by the Spanish in 1565. The fun started last night, where an estimated 12,000 to 15,000 people showed up. It's expected that between 25,000 to 30,000 will attend today. This morning, hundreds gathered at the Fountain of Youth, many dressed like it was 1565, celebrating the history that the city has to offer.
It's a passion that we've been waiting for. This is the culmination of it. We do it every year, but this obviously is very, very special. And we've all been working very hard for a couple of weeks now just to get everything together, period, correct.
So Tuesday is the big day, St. Augustine's 450th anniversary. Join us live, for we have coverage at 8:30 in the morning. Kent and Mary will bring you the reenactment of the arrival of Pedro Menendez and a special mass at the Cathedral Basilica. And don't forget, download our Explorer's Guide to St. Augustine app. That's where you'll find everything you need, from the events calendar to the nearest parking. Just search St. Augustine 450 in your app store, and that app is free. All right, Tim Tebow is over in Philadelphia. The Eagles released the former Gator and Nice High School quarterback today. It comes as a bit of a surprise. Yesterday, Philadelphia traded quarterback Matt Barkley, seemingly clinching Tebow's return to the NFL. But this morning, the Eagles went ahead and cut the 2007 Heisman Trophy winner. Coach Chip Kelly says that Tebow isn't good enough to be the team's #3 quarterback right now. Well, it could create a fresh opening for her opponents in election 2016. What Hillary Clinton's campaign revealed about her personal email server straight ahead. Plus, authorities may be closer to a breakthrough in the investigation of the killing of an Illinois policeman. What's hampering the search for evidence? We'll tell you that next.
Tuesday, St. Augustine 450. The once-in-a-lifetime event continues.